The following is a presentation of Project Independence and WCWP. Project Independence is the Aging in Place initiative of the town of North Hempstead. We provide programs and services designed to assist and support the older town residents who wish to remain in their homes as they age. If we don't currently provide a service, we will try and connect you to that service. Call 311 or 869-6311 to get more information or receive services.
Welcome to Project Independence and You.
Welcome to Senior Talk Radio here on 88.1 FM and WCWP.org. This is Project Independence and You. I'm your host, John Ryan, and today is just special. I have with me today Rebecca Miller, who is co-hosting, I don't know what we're calling this, and we also have a very special guest. We have the town clerk, Wayne Wink, who is going to be co-hosting with us, but Wayne is at the New York State Town Clerks Association up in Albany, where he's a district director. So he made it his business to get up there in time to come on to the show, and then he'll go and take care of business with the association, which, Wayne, I want to thank you very much for doing this.
Not at all. It's my pleasure. Thanks, John. Good morning, Rebecca. How are you?
Good morning.
We're going to be talking, and Wayne and Rebecca are going to be doing a lot of this because they know our guests. Our guests today are Tyronza Murray, who is the executive director of the Yes We Can Center. And with her is Estefany Garay, who is the assistant commissioner for cultural development and special projects. What we want to talk about is what's going on this summer. We have had a miserable year. There's no question about it, but the masks are coming off. People are starting to go out. Life is getting back to normal. What is going on at the Yes We Can Community Center?
Morning, everyone, and thank you for having us. At the Yes We Can Community Center, we are looking forward to a good spring and a wonderful summer. Our kids are coming back out, our adults are coming back out to the center and to the parks. We have a wonderful summer camp planned for children ages 5 to 14. Registration is currently ongoing for the residents of the town of North Hempstead. So we're excited about that. We have about 60 spots for our students. Normally we can do about 100, but because of social distancing, we only allowed 60 campers this summer. And we're excited about the possibilities of having the building buzzing with laughing children, learning and having a good time this summer. In addition to summer camp, we're having a new set of classes in our newly renovated studio. We're offering kids Zumba, teen Zumba, adult yoga, kickboxing, and adult conditioning. So starting yesterday, we had a Zumba class for our children, and it's a wonderful experience for them to come out and do this exercise program, which is new to the Yes We Can Community Center. And this will go until August 22nd. So we have 9 to 10 weeks of exercises with our children. In addition to our fitness classes, we have sports for children ages 5 through 17. And we have basketball, soccer, baseball, volleyball. And we also have pickleball nets. If our adult population is interested in coming to Yes We Can to do pickleball, they can come to the Yes We Can Community Center. So we've added a lot of new programming after the pandemic so our community, our town can come out and have a good experience at Yes We Can.
Tyronza, you just made me dizzy.
Pickleball.
Okay.
Pickleball is a new sport.
Absolutely. Tyronza, if I could interject just for a second, it's great that we are reopening to the public and that we're going to have a full recreation program this summer. But I don't want to overlook the fact that for the last several months, you've spearheaded an effort at the Yes We Can Community Center that was an integral part of getting us reopened as a community and as a society, quite frankly. Could you talk about what the Yes We Can Community Center contributed to the vaccination effort in New York State?
Definitely. We had the honor, the awesome opportunity of being the second vaccination location for Nassau County Department of Health. We started on January 9th through May 6th, and we were a vaccination site. The county administered over 35,000 vaccines at Yes We Can. So we were open 7 days a week whenever the county needed us for vaccinations. And it was a very good opportunity for Nassau and us to partner. And we were part of this. In the beginning, it was, growing pains, but at the end of it all, it was a wonderful experience to see everyone being vaccinated, coming back for their second shots. And now, being able to see people come out in our community who've been vaccinated, especially our elderly that are coming back to Yes We Can, who were actually vaccinated here at Yes We Can also. So yes, that was a good experience for us here at the center and in the town as a whole.
Yeah, it was an amazing endeavor, I know. And having gone down there a few times to see it, I know the work that was put into it, not only by you, but by the Department of Health and other representatives of the county and even representatives from the state. It really was a tremendous effort. And it, I think, helped us get to a point where we could reopen in a more normal setting, as a result of your efforts. So I want to thank you for that. It was really wonderful.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Bringing that up, Wayne, was huge. 35,000. What a number. I had no idea. Yep. I know some people got vaccinated there. Right. I would never have thought that big a number.
We had first responders there. We had teachers. We had so many people who are an integral part of our everyday lives that were able to get to Yes We Can Community Center for their vaccines. And as I say, it really, I think, helped reopen Nassau County.
I'm agreeing with you there. Go ahead, Rebecca.
Absolutely. So thank you for that, Tyronza. I know it was wonderful for the town. And, as Deputy Commissioner over at the Department of Services for the Aging, I can tell you what an impact it had on our seniors and our seniors' lives, especially now with most places following the CDC regulations and the seniors finally getting out who were, isolated. Before the pandemic, we have a lot of active seniors in the town of North Hempstead. And unfortunately, due to the pandemic, they became kind of isolated. And now that they're able to come out and start enjoying a lot of the programming in the town and, just getting to the supermarket and potentially without a mask if they choose to, it's just really wonderful. I do want to just go back to all the programming that you have at Yes We Can, which is also phenomenal because these are like a lot of new programming that we never had. I love the Zumba for kids. I'm sure they're going to love it because Zumba is so fun. At the Yes We Can Community Center, can anybody who is a town resident of a certain age group, anybody come to the Yes We Can Community Center?
So Yes We Can Community Center is open to every resident of the town of North Hempstead. We do programming from age 5 currently because of our license. We're a New York State certified after school program location. So currently our programming is from age 5 years old. And similarly for summer camp, we're a Nassau County certified summer camp license holder. So our programming starts at 5-year-olds for children until adulthood, which could be 99, 101, 100, wherever your age is as an adult. Our program is here. We have membership fees, which for our residents, it's very inexpensive. For our children, 17 and under, it's just $2.50 a month.
Wow.
For our children. And for our elderly, it's $10 a month. And for adults, it's $10 a month. Sorry, for our adults, it's $12.50 a month. So our costs are very inexpensive, and a membership is required to use our facility at Yes We Can. We also have the fitness center, which is newly renovated also. So it's an opportunity for you to come and exercise and use the machines in our fitness center also.
That's wonderful. And we're looking forward to Project Independence Fitness getting back to Yes We Can. And I'm hearing how incredible the renovation of the dance studio is downstairs. And
it looks really beautiful.
We really look forward. I mean, we have a fitness program, as you know, with Project Independence. We have Project Independence Zoom classes. We have North Hempstead Television. We have about 10 to 15 classes that run per week and will continue to run even after we go back to live. And of course, Fun Day Monday, we're going to be doing some live in-person classes. That'll be the first in-person classes since Fun Day, since the pandemic started. So there's a lot of things opening up, and we're really looking forward to the seniors getting back to the Yes We Can Community Center for not just fitness, but all kinds of programming there. So it's wonderful. It really,
We're looking
truly
forward
is.
to having everyone.
Yeah.
Actually, Tyronza, where is the Yes We Can Community Center? We haven't given out the address. I mean, it's people are going to be listening and seeing this on TV, but where is the location?
Yes We Can Community Center is located at 141 Garden Street in Westbury.
Okay. And if somebody wants to get involved, are they calling 311, or there is a direct number that they should be calling at the Yes We Can Center?
You can call 311 or you can call 516-876-4430.
876.
4430.
Okay. Now I'm going to go to Estefany. Okay. I want to know about some special projects that are going on. The town is always working on things, which is tremendous. And you have Wayne listening and talking with you. So make sure this is an opportunity for you to give him some special projects that are going on.
Yeah.
He's watching you.
Oh boy, now I'm nervous. So yes, the town has been diligently working, especially the Parks Department, and trying to get some programming. Now that we're getting back to a new normal, with all of the programming that we did initially, that we started to plan initially, the guidelines from the CDC and New York State Department of Health were different than they are now. So we've had to make some adjustments, because when we started planning, for example, we have a drive-in movie series, we have drive-in concerts. Again, when we started to plan, everything was still, we required social distancing and masks. Now those rules are a little more lax as more people got vaccinated. So the drive-in movies are still drive-in, but if you want to kind of step outside of your vehicle, as long as you're keeping a distance from any of your other neighbors, if you're staying within your group, that's being allowed. So if you want to go to a drive-in movie, they're all taking place at North Hempstead Beach Park, and those are normally on a Saturday night. I think we have about 2 or so happening on a Sunday, but we have pretty much, I think we have like a 25-year anniversary, of Karate Kid, or if not 30-year anniversary.
Oh, I think it's a lot more than 25.
Yeah.
So I'm a little off there, but that one's happening June 12th, if you want to take a look at Karate Kid. I don't know if any of you have watched Cobra Kai on Netflix. It was
Absolutely.
a very popular, series there. So we're bringing Karate Kid for some of those people who might have watched Cobra Kai and didn't really know where it kind of came from. So Karate Kid. We also have like Jumanji happening, Welcome to the Jungle. That's on Sunday, June 27th.
You know what, Estefany, I'm going to have to put you on hold, because we have to take a break, and we're going to come back and you're going to give the rest of the schedule. Right now, everybody, you're listening to Senior Talk Radio on 88.1 FM and WCWP.org. We'll be right back.
So I get this call from my grandma, and she's like,
"What's a podcast and how much does it cost?"
So I tell her, podcasts are like radio shows, but you can download them on any device and listen to them anywhere at any time, and they're free. And then she says,
"I see, but where can you find good ones?"
And I'm like, go to WCWP.org/podcast and check out the lineup of original shows, or download any podcast app on your phone or tablet and search for LIU Studios. And she's all like,
"Oh, that sounds easy."
And then she asked me what an app is.
LIU Studios podcasts, available on any podcast app. You know, those little button things on your phone screen. Just ask your grandkids.
Welcome back to the Senior Talk Radio here on 88.1 FM and WCWP.org. This is Project Independence in You. I'm your host, John Ryan, and I'm with my other host, Rebecca Miller, and I'm with my other host, Wayne Wink, and we have a full morning here, which is absolutely wonderful. And we're with Tyronza and Estefany from the Yes We Can Center, and Estefany was giving us some information on scheduling coming up, and then Wayne had a question for her. But go ahead, Steph.
Okay, so yes, so that's for our driving movies. I mean, we have a lot happening up until the end of August. So if you want to know, I don't know if you want me to give you the entire schedule right now. I gave you June 12th, which is Karate Kid. Then we have Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, happening June 27th. And the times for those are at 9 p.m. But as the summer moves along, you know, we go back on time because obviously daylight starts
Right.
that starts getting darker earlier. Yes.
After June 21st.
Yes. So, but believe it or not, it apparently makes a difference. Like 15 minutes. So,
Right.
And then I don't know if any of you saw The Greatest Showman. It's an amazing movie. So we have that happening July 17th. Also,
That's a good one.
PM. So that's June, July, and again, you can call 311 to you know, get the schedule for the movies up in happening up until the end of August.
Estefany, as Wayne said, kind of during the break, we were talking a little bit how during the drive-ins kind of came toward, you know, maybe as we were younger children, you know, for our generation, they kind of, you know, drifted away with the drive-ins. So I'm curious what the, I don't want to say the rules are, but what are the rules? Like, because, you know, I remember when I went with my grandfather, they had like a radio that you would hang on the window on the inside and you'd close it up. And sometimes if it was cold out, they had a heater too. Okay. So I'm just curious, for those people who really aren't familiar with drive-ins, are people allowed to walk around? Is there a radio dial? Do they stream the movies? What can everybody expect so they're prepared?
Yeah, so it's a huge screen that's set up in the parking lot of the beach, and the transmission, and there's an FM transmission that you listen through a radio, you know, station. They tell us the day of, once they set that up, how you can hear the movie. You can step out of your vehicle, but then you will not be able to listen to the movie because we don't have sound. Again, this is to be a drive-in. You know, if you have your door open, you might be able to listen, you know, to the movie. But the whole point of it is for you to kind of be in your car, eating your popcorn, bring your snacks. I've seen people, you know, have delivery come to the beach.
Oh, really?
Chinese food.
That's funny.
So they kind of make a evening out of it, a family, you know, night out, and eat what is it, dinner and a movie at the beach.
Right.
Yes.
And I would also remind everybody that at these drive-in movies, we do have receptacles available for food donations. Because we know during this pandemic, there's a higher and higher proportion of even Long Islanders, much less Americans, who have become very, very needy in terms of foodstuffs and basic necessities. And so we've been collecting at these locations every time we have a movie event. And it really is a wonderful thing to see, you know, especially the kids handing over these large bags full of donations of stuff that really are going to help people on an everyday basis. So I wouldn't want to overlook that. It is free, but the donations are more than welcome.
Yes, thank you for reminding me of that, for reminding all of us of that. And any little bit goes a long way. I mean, you have people who bring, you know, bags of food, and then you have people who bring 2 or 3 cans. So any little bit really does help.
Right.
Just to follow up on what Wayne was saying, and I've said this before, but I know Wayne wasn't on the show at that time. About 2 months ago, I was over by Nassau Coliseum in the parking lot next door to it. And there was a number of 18-wheelers in the parking lot. And there was cops at every entrance of the parking lot. And there was a line of cars like you wouldn't believe. And I asked the person what it was. It was a food bank. The cars were lined up, the cops and getting the people, and everybody was getting a box of something. And Wayne, that's so important to bring it up, because if anybody has a can of something to share, you know, you don't know what it's like for a parent to go home and see a hungry child and not have something to give them.
Right.
Whereas you go, you're enjoying a movie, you're enjoying you're enjoying whatever you're doing. Somebody has a can of something you could bring and make the life of somebody else a little better. So Wayne, that was So important.
Absolutely. And this is all through Island Harvest, if I'm not mistaken, right? The
Yes.
program that they do a wonderful job of getting it out to the community. So,
And so another thing that's happening is our drive-in concert series. Now, these are really exciting. They're also happening at the beach. So for these, they were originally, like I said, planned for people to sit inside their cars. But now with the guidelines and everything that has changed with CDC and New York State Department of Health, we are allowing people, if they want to step outside of their vehicles, if they have a lawn chair, if they want to, sit next to their vehicles, to be able to do that, because the concerts, we also stream them through FM transmission, but we also have sound. So you're able to be outside of your vehicle and listen to the live music.
Oh, good.
And
another step towards normal.
Yeah.
yes. And so the ones coming up, we have one happening, okay. I'm sorry.
Sunday.
We have a Billy Joel tribute happening this weekend for any of you who love Billy Joel. I do. It's happening Sunday, June 6th, and these concerts start a little earlier. They start at 6 p.m. So, get to the beach a little earlier and find your spot. So the band is Cold Spring Harbor, and they will be performing a Billy Joel tribute. Then for those of us, Christina, I love the 90s. We have a 90s band.
Love
Yes.
the 90s.
So yes, the band is called the 90s Band, playing a lot of the hits from, the 90s. And that's happening June 20th at 6 p.m. Okay. And then I'm going to give you early July, Sunday, July 11th, we have Something Fresh, which plays music from the 80s and a little bit of freestyle. So you might want to go check them out. We have an assortment of different bands, genres and music. So just call 311 so you can find out what the schedule really is. Again, we have bands up until the end of August at the beach.
Estefany, all this is first come, first serve.
First come,
How has
first
that been working? Are a lot of people turned away? Should you come an hour in advance? What's a strategy for somebody listening who wants to go to something?
I mean, some people do come early, and I recommend that. Before, my understanding was we did pre-registration, but then we ran into the problem that people would register and then not show up. So that didn't allow people who wanted to go, to get into the park. So now the turnout, it's been pretty well attended, but not so much that we're concerned that you should register. If you want to be in the front, then yes, I would suggest you get about an hour earlier than the start time so that you could be right in the front of the part where the showmobile is. Yes. So, and then lastly, we have another part of the entertainment. We have our smaller concerts, which we called Candlelight Concerts. This has a limited capacity. So this is only for up to 200 people. And it's, social distancing. We highly recommend use of the mask, especially if you haven't been vaccinated. So as a matter of fact, I'm excited. Yesterday, we were supposed to have our first ever concert in the lawn, we kind of called it, at Bunkie Reed Park, which is directly across from the Yes We Can Community Center. So if you come to Yes We Can, 141 Garden Street in Westbury, Bunkie Reed is right across. And we had the Next Level Band scheduled to perform yesterday, but because of the weather, we actually changed it, and they will be performing now August 27th, and August 19th. Thank you. August 19th, and that is a Caribbean tribute playing, calypso and reggae, soca. So that should be a fun band to come and watch at Bunkie Reed Park. Then let me tell you about another interesting one happening. This is Thursday, June 17th. And I don't know about you, but there's also a Netflix series of Selena
Yes.
Quintanilla, which unfortunately, came to her demise at a very young age. She was a Mexican-American performer. And so there's a series on Netflix. If you guys haven't checked it out, check it out. The acting's not that great, but the story, it works. So we have.
Obviously, you're a Selena fan.
Yes.
Oh, I
was
guess.
Great. I mean, I think, I don't know how old I was when she when she was killed.
I know. I remember the
Murdered,
story.
yeah.
You know, by a fan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was by her best friend. So
Mhm.
anyway, so it's Janessa and the Selena Experience, and that's happening at North Hempstead Beach Park at the amphitheater. So this is a totally different performance, and you might definitely want to come check it out because it's a smaller, it's an amphitheater, and the acoustics is nice, and it's smaller and more intimate. So definitely check that out. And then June 24th at Whitney Pond Park, we have The Remedy, which is playing rhythmic top 40s rock and country. See, a little variety, a little bit of everything we have happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And then another one, exciting one happening also at Martin Reed Park. Luis Damon, he is a salsa performer. So we are trying to bring a party and a very lively scene here at Bunkie Reed Park. And that's happening July 1st. Come check it out.
Is he going to do instruction
No,
too,
no, no.
or?
It's party. This is salsa, dancing.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, like a little beginning to start off.
Maybe I'll show up and maybe
You can teach.
no, yes.
Oh boy.
Estefany Wayne, the
Anybody.
salsa.
I can't teach anybody salsa dancing or any other type of dancing.
Maybe somebody can come and teach the salsa.
Stephanie, when we advertise for this,
Yes.
can you put out salsa with Wayne?
Oh God.
I don't think we're too late. I think we should work on those signs.
Definitely.
If you want to ruin an entire genre of music, go ahead. I dare you.
I think I've seen you dance.
Not well at your wedding, probably. That may have been the last time I
Yes, I think I saw you. So
did. Yeah, there's probably video
Go
evidence
ahead.
of it. I've been trying to track it down ever since, but yeah, it's not.
I have the video.
I'm sure
Anyway.
you do.
So yeah, so these are like the concerts that are happening, and we have a lot of different tributes and bands, and they're all exciting. So definitely check it out.
Perfect time. It's amazing how this is flying by, but there's so much great information. We have to take another break. You're listening to Senior Talk Radio here on 88.1 FM and WCWP.org. We'll be right back.
Take WCWP with you wherever you go with the WCWP app. Listen live 24/7 to all of our streams, all from one app. Plus, call the studios directly from the app and visit our social media. Download the app through the iOS App Store on Apple devices or the Google Play Store on Android by searching WCWP Radio, or visit WCWP.org for links. The WCWP app, available now on iOS and Android devices.
Welcome back to Senior Talk Radio here on 88.1 FM and WCWP.org. This is Project Independence in You. I'm your host, John Ryan. I'm your host, Rebecca Miller. I'm your host, Wayne Wink. It's a great, great morning. And we're here with Tyronza and Estefany from the Yes We Can Center. And Wayne, I know you have some questions, so I'm giving it over to you.
Okay. Well, I want to start by talking about, my first comment today was with respect to the significant role that the Yes We Can Community Center played in the vaccination of so many of our residents, not only in the town, but throughout Nassau County. So we're at the crossroads of history with that, but we're also potentially at the crossroads of history with a certain NBA team who is progressed into the second round of the playoffs, they being the Brooklyn Nets. And Tyronza, maybe you could talk a little bit about our connection between Yes We Can Community Center and the Brooklyn Nets.
Definitely. The Yes We Can Community Center is the home of the Long Island Nets. So the Long Island Nets have been practicing here for the past probably 6 years. Their team comes here in the mornings, September through May. And we've had the opportunity of being their host location for when they practice. This past year, they didn't come to the center. Of course, as you know, they went to Florida to play in the bubble. But we're expecting them back in the fall as part of their practicing location. But our relationship with the Long Island Nets continues even in spite of the pandemic. They've been doing basketball clinics with our children in the town of North Hempstead. Our first clinic will actually be held at the Yes We Can Community Center on Saturday, June 12th. And we're looking forward to that. Yet again, another example of our town or our county or country reopening. We're going to have a socially distanced and safe clinic with the children of the town of North Hempstead and the Long Island Nets. So we're definitely looking forward to that opportunity. They're going to have 4 additional clinics across North Hempstead in the various parks. And that information will be distributed also on our Facebook and social media. But it's a wonderful partnership between us and the Long Island Nets, where they practice here, and then in addition to practicing, their players come out and do activities with our children.
Yep. For those who aren't aware, the Long Island Nets are the kind of the minor league, what they used to call the D League, and now I think the Gatorade sponsors it. I think it's the G League.
Yep.
So there's a very good possibility that if you see the Long Island Nets in action, whether it's in a clinic or in practice, there's a real possibility that you may be seeing some NBA stars of the future.
Definitely.
Right here in Yes We Can Community Center, which I think is a great thing. And these clinics are actually fantastic for our young people to be able to work on their skills, hone their skills, develop leadership skills. It really is a great thing. And I'm so glad that they're able to not only participate in Yes We Can, but bring that act on the road to a number of different clinics that we're doing throughout the town.
Right.
So it's a wonderful thing.
You know,
I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead, Rebecca.
Yeah, go ahead, Rebecca.
No, I'm sorry, Wayne. I was just going to say it just, where it all started at the Yes We Can Community Center.
Exactly.
It really, truly is an amazing facility. And it would, there may be people in the town of North Hempstead who really aren't even aware. But one of the most incredible things in the center to me, especially when we first opened, is the gym. It is a state-of-the-art gym with, progressive equipment, and you have so many treadmills, so many, so much equipment. I don't even know if people, if residents really understand what's available there and how it is available to them. Can you talk? I was wondering a little bit, Tyronza, about what all the kind of equipment you do have in the gym.
So our fitness center is a fully functioning fitness center. And you are right. Our residents, when they come for tours, do not realize the opportunity that's available to them right here in the town of North Hempstead. We have total body conditioning equipment. We have free weights. We have bikes. We have treadmills. We have everything that you would have in a larger fitness center, let's say, a larger brand like LA Fitness or anything of the sort. And it's at an inexpensive cost to the residents of North Hempstead. Our fitness center is so equipped that the Long Island Nets, when they're here, their members work in our fitness center. So it's fully equipped for the athlete and the not so athletic to come and work.
That's great. What's the membership like for it? And is it included in, if you become a member of Yes We Can, how does that work?
If you're a member of Yes We Can and you're 16 or older, you can use our fitness center. It's included in the cost, as I mentioned earlier. For adults, it's $12.50 a month. And for the elderly, it's $10 a month for residents of North Hempstead.
And so for that rate, you have access to the entire facility, all the gym, the basketball court when available. I know that there's a lounge there for Project Independence, and when that all comes back, so that's quite a deal. I mean, for our town residents, and it really is state-of-the-art stuff. How is it over the pandemic? Did you guys have to space it out? Like, what would people expect to come into when they come into the gym downstairs?
So during the pandemic, we did reopen following strict New York State guidelines. We opened at 33%, which for us were about 20 to 22 of our machines were available, and residents could only 22 residents we can have at any given time in our fitness center. That's following New York State guidelines. We've upped that to 30 right now because the guideline is now at 50% for fitness centers and gyms. So you will see bikes that say out of order, but they're not truly out of order. they're out of order for social distancing purposes so that residents can safely exercise like every other bike or every 2 bikes, depending on the guideline and how the machines or the treadmills are situated.
And you even have access to refreshments and lockers down there, right?
There are lockers. There are lockers. You can also shower because there's the shower area, the locker rooms. You bring your own combination lock, and then we have the vending machines. Yes, there's vending machines on our 2nd and 3rd level at the Yes We Can Community Center. We've also had residents come in just to use the Wi-Fi and have a cool or warm place to be. We have a gallery area where you can sit and you get your computer or your device and use the Wi-Fi and just have, we've served the community also as a cooling center at some point. But we're here for the community in many capacity.
You definitely are. It really is a very, very special facility. I remember dearly when it opened up and the grand opening and how the community came in and everybody embraced it. And it really is a wonderful, wonderful facility. And for all town residents listening, you should check it out because it is in your town and it is available to you.
Yeah. It is a hidden gem.
It's so true. Tyronza, or Estefany, whoever touches on this one, Wayne was bringing up twice so far the pool.
Speaking of cooling off, right?
Yeah, exactly. I didn't even realize there was a pool there. I probably should have, but I didn't. How does that work?
Well, the pool is actually across the street at our sister park at Bunkie Reed. It's literally a walk away.
Yep.
And the pool is free to the town of North Hempstead residents. The Bunkie Reed pool actually opens on June 26th. And our children at Yes We Can, when they come for summer camp, they'll be going to the Bunkie Reed pool to swim. And our residents are invited to come to Bunkie Reed also. The hours are 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and 2:30 to 6 p.m. We're closed from 1:30 to 2:30 at Bunkie Reed for cleaning and sanitizing. And we reopen June 26th.
Any resident
is
can
one
go
of
to the
many
pool?
pools
Go ahead,
in the town system. Bunkie Reed is only one of many pools in the town system that will be opening for the summer shortly, and providing refreshment and exercise for so many of our great residents.
Does vaccination have to be shown or something? How do I get to the pool if I want to come June 26th as a resident?
For any of our pools, we're going to follow New York State guidelines. The guidelines are changing every week. The pool guidelines have not come out just yet. We're sitting waiting for those guidelines. We spoke to the Department of Health last week, but as of right now, you don't have to be in the water with your mask on, but you have to be on deck with your mask on.
Okay.
Yes.
And sorry. So,
no, go ahead. I'm just going to say that's one thing. You've said it a couple of times, and I appreciate it. We are following CDC guidelines on everything. So whatever the rules are, we're strictly adhering to them, which is very, very important.
Right. CDC and state Department of Health guidelines.
The state guidelines more than the CDC. Interestingly, the state guidelines are stronger. So we continue to follow New York State guidelines with support from the CDC.
Okay.
Right.
And the town can actually add additional guidelines if it be necessary. So across our pools, like Wayne said, so the earliest pools that are opening, just to give you that information, we have Manor Haven Beach Park Pool and CGM, Clinton G. Martin Park Pool. Those will be opening up June 19th. And then Whitney Pond Park, the pool will be opening Saturday, June 26th. And through all of our pools throughout the town, they're going to be open 2 sessions in the morning, and then we're going to be closed for like an hour or 2 for disinfecting, cleaning, making sure that everything's okay, and then we'll reopen again in the afternoon to make sure everything's okay.
I want to throw in a little tidbit about CGM. That's where Project Independence office is, of course, and they just redid the parking lot. It looks amazing. It had been quite a while, and they did the lines and repaved and leveled. And I think that they were even able to find, extra spaces, when they kind of did the lines. And, prior to the pandemic, that parking lot would get packed. and people would have to kind of make their own spots. But I mean, I think with the beautiful job that the town did in this parking lot, it's going to really, be able to handle, hopefully, everybody who comes to CGM. So it's really nice.
Can anybody explain to me how come that driveway is reversed?
We could, but,
Yeah, I would say that you could probably chalk that up to the great sense of coordination that Nassau County and the town of North Hempstead had at the time. I'd like to think it's improved since, although I'm not going to go on record with that. But there's definitely a coordination issue that makes that entire entry and exit area counterintuitive.
Oh,
well, I think what happened was we had a British planner come and said, "This is how we do it. It's going to work."
There have been
because
rumors.
It was built for lorries. That's why it wasn't built for cars. It was built for lorries.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. I've always heard that there's a rumor, and I don't know rumors, but that it was going to change at some point.
Yes, that's a rumor.
There have been studies. There have been discussions. I'd like to think at some point in our future, maybe we can reconfigure. But until that day comes, know to enter on the left and exit on the left.
Understood.
it's the most amazing thing. The first time I went there, it's like, is it me? Did they do something wrong?
It's like going to New Jersey and having the jug handle turns. As
Right.
Turns.
Yeah, exactly.
It takes a while to get used to. And you may never get used to it as a New Yorker.
There's much better signage now, though. Like it used to be kind of like a little arrow going here, but now it's like, do not enter. I think there are death skulls. And then on the other side, it's enter here. Very,
We're going into another break with that. You're listening to Senior Talk Radio here on 88.1 FM and WCWP.org. We'll be right back.
WCWP is your home for great music and great conversation. You'll find all that and more on WCWP.org. Listen live on the web, check out the lineup, subscribe to podcasts, and stay up to date on the latest station events. Get in touch with us and let us know if you like what you're hearing. And find out how you can support or get involved at the only community public radio station serving Nassau's North Shore. Plus, sign up to get a free bumper sticker. It's all online at WCWP.org.
Welcome back to Senior Talk Radio here on 88.1 FM and WCWP.org. This is Project Independence and You. I'm your host, John Ryan, Rebecca Miller, and Wayne Wink, and we're having a wonderful, wonderful conversation with about the Yes We Can Center with Tyronza and with Estefany. At the break, we just brought up something in reference to Shakespearean plays are going to come on.
Yes.
That's amazing. Please tell us about that. I had no idea.
So yes, we have partnered with a Long Island-based theater group. They're called the East Line Theater Group, and they will be bringing some al fresco Shakespearean performances to 3 of our parks. To be exact, they will be performing Romeo and Juliet. So, and these run about an hour and 45 minutes long. I believe there is no intermission, but again, they're all outdoors. So bring your lawn chair, bring a blanket. The first one will be happening Saturday, June 26th. And this is happening at Garay Pond Park in Roslyn. That will be taking place at 2 p.m. The next one is Friday, July 16th, and that's happening at the North Hempstead Beach Park Amphitheater. And that's taking place at 7 p.m. The last one is Sunday, August 15th, happening at 3 p.m. at Clark Botanic Garden in Albertson.
Okay.
So if you like these tragedies from Shakespeare, come and check that out.
Where, and I forgive me if I missed this, where does a person go tomorrow if they want to go online, whether it's Shakespeare, whether it's fitness, whether it's the pool, a concert, to find out the schedule?
You can call 311. I mean, we have some information in our town websites. I know Facebook also posts a lot of flyers and information regarding all of our events. But usually 311 has all the information that you need.
It's the best way to go about it. Okay.
Yes.
Rebecca,
I know that.
Good.
I was going to say, that there are town mailers too that go out. Though, as you were saying, both Tyronza and Estefany, how things are changing so much that the more open we get, the more opportunity we have for new events. So you really should call 311 or 869-6311 from anywhere to find out the most up-to-date schedule for the parks.
It is amazing because 3 months ago, we never would have dreamed to be able to have some of the programming we're going to have.
No.
Months from now, I hope that we're going to look back on this finally and say, we're open again. But,
Yeah.
That remains to be seen. But you're absolutely right. Snail mail at this point is truly snail mail. The information in the mail previously ain't necessarily the case anymore. For the better, I hope. So.
The one thing that this whole COVID situation has done, unfortunately, is taken the radio program on Zoom and taken it to TV, which has really broadened the exposure, which is tremendous. So unfortunately, while COVID has been terrible and almost 600,000 people have died, we have to look at a community and see what we have risen to. And the Yes We Can Center is one of those places that really has risen to the occasion. And you're keeping things going, and there's so many things that are coming on that it's just really, it's a credit to both you ladies. They really have done tremendous work. And Rebecca and Wayne's, more specifically Wayne, as town clerk and being involved on a day-to-day basis, knows what's going on and sees it much more.
It's absolutely right. There's so many great things going on at Yes We Can and throughout the town park system, but certainly at Yes We Can, it's a place that we really need to shine a light on and make sure that people understand all the great things that are happening there and to invite people down. It's a tremendous state-of-the-art facility. It's actually a LEED Platinum facility, which for us environmentalist geeks.
Wait, say that again. I don't know what you just said, Wayne.
LEED Platinum.
Okay.
For those of us who want to be environmentalists, LEED Platinum is the highest rating you can get for an environmentally sensitive building. And Yes We Can has led the way in that regard for now, I think, close to a decade or more.
I know. Yeah.
It's a tremendous feather in the cap of the town that we have that type of facility. It's a type of facility that there are so many different things. And Tyronza, maybe you can get into this better than I can. What goes into getting a LEED Platinum status?
The LEED Platinum status is basically, as you said, it's all about keeping it green. It's about how our building is environmentally sensitive and cautious. It's how we use water and electricity. We have solar panels that help us with power. And it's outside of our building, we have flowers and plants, and how our building is just uniquely built. So we qualified under the guidelines to acquire the platinum status.
Right. You have permeable surfaces where, it's not a matter of rainwater pooling up in asphalt and going into a sewer somewhere. It actually percolates right back down into the groundwater. There's so many great things about it. The reuse of water and things like that are really, they were ahead of their time, and they continue to be ahead of their time in so many ways.
If I would mention, another way that Yes We Can is here for our community is that we're an early voting location. So last November, we had over 8,000 residents in the state that came and voted at Yes We Can. And this November again.
Tyronza, how many?
8,000.
Wow.
8,000. One Saturday morning, we had the lines wrapped around 3 blocks of the building.
Yeah.
So there is no primary in our community this June, but in November, we'll be an early voting site again. So we're continuing in the Yes We Can Community Center to serve our community in all aspects of life.
Yeah.
Tyronza,
As somebody who
forgive me.
knows something about elections, I really welcome the fact that Yes We Can is a place where people can go and start early voting, even weeks before the election itself. You can make a schedule for your own voting at that point, and to be able to know that there's a place in the area, in your neighborhood, where you can go and vote, and you don't have to be there between 6 and 9 on November 2nd, which happens to be election day this year. But but there are so many options that you can build into your schedule to allow you to cast your vote, to have your voice heard, and yet not be beholden to one day, as traditionally was always the case. So early voting is a tremendous thing, and Yes We Can is a tremendous part of it.
That's
And
very true.
you can go swimming after you vote.
Definitely.
My God, you can make a day of it.
See that?
And go to the gym. Forgive me if, Tyronza, you already brought this up, but now that we know it's an early voting site, the building has lots of space for the community too. And I know prior to COVID and when we first opened up there, we were doing weddings there. Like people can actually, can they still rent rooms there for events? And I know with COVID right now, it's probably dicey, but down the road, will that continue to be an option for the community?
So yes, we are cautiously reopening our permitted spaces because of social distancing guidelines and capacity guidelines. We recently had a repass at Yes We Can, sadly to mention that, but we're doing smaller events as opposed to larger events because we have to do a delicate dance of balancing our children locations with the adult programming and the fitness center to ensure that everyone is safe and that we're following New York State guidelines. So yes, you can request a permit to use various spaces as a resident of North Hempstead, but they're approved on a case-by-case basis based on capacity and what else is happening that day.
Right. Okay,
Yes.
that's great. Another step to getting back to normal.
Amen.
Yeah.
The point is this Yes We Can Center, it really has turned out to be a gem within North Hempstead. There's no question about it. And it's a shame that many of the things that you're talking about this morning, and thank you, Christina, for bringing Tyronza and Estefany on, I'm hearing about for the first time, which is my fault. But I'm sure there's many residents of the town that don't realize all the things that we have and all the things that we have to be thankful for what this town has brought to people. And you two guys, running the show over there, all the special projects, it's mind-boggling. I do have a question, and I don't think was answered, and if it was, I apologize. It's a monthly fee, which is not a big deal. But can a person just come in on a daily if they want to come in for one day and pay something, or no, that's not allowed?
There's a $5 day pass. And we've had people who come and do a $5 day pass, like a one-off, but it's actually more economical to just pay $10 and have it for the month. So we don't have a lot of residents asking for a $5 day pass. It's often a college student who's done here and would just like to use the gym and exercise, and then they go back to school, although they're a resident of North Hempstead. But most of our residents do membership because it's economically sound to just pay $10, or if you have a minor, pay $250.
Mm-hmm.
And it works. Yes.
I totally agree. What you're saying, Rebecca? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I was agreeing. Yeah, that's quite a price.
$10 is huge. I mean, $10 is huge. $10 is a gift for what you guys are offering. That's what I meant to say. I mean, you go to these gyms, it's $50, $100 a month, and everything is state of the art, new.
Right.
The building, I didn't even realize what Wayne was saying about a green building. I mean, it's the perfect package. And for $10 for our seniors, or $12.50 for an adult, you can't get better. It really makes, from my perspective. And then for young people, this whole net thing, again, something I'm not really that familiar with, but the whole net thing is such a special, I think, event that these kids can be playing on the court. Whereas Wayne said earlier, somebody could be playing there this week who in 5 years is a major star that you'll say, my God, he was in North Hempstead before he was this star,
We actually had someone, I just can't remember his name, but he used to play for the Long Island Nets, and he got drafted by the Minnesota Timberwolves. Yes. So, and he was great. His name is escaping my brain, but he did very nice things with the children here. Oh, sorry, Tyronza. So he did that, and it was great. And it was nice to see him, when he went to Minnesota for the Timberwolves. Yeah. So it's happened, and I think it'll continue to happen.
It's
Yep.
the interaction with children also that's very important. Because I don't care about the game itself. They have to be good to the kids. But actually, we're out of time. This has been wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Yes.
Tyronza and Estefany, thank you not only for coming on the show, but for what you do daily for the residents of the town of North Hempstead. I just thank you. You're
Thank
listening
you.
to
Great work.
You're listening to Senior Talk Radio on 88.1 FM and WCWP.org.